Greetings everybody, my name is Captain Honorseeker and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the Ina water set that actually does a 115 in this season. I'm still on the PTR, so I have unlocked the entire Order of Rite. I got the double primal drop. It's good, but we're here to talk about the monk, so let's get into that. So we got the water monk build. That's the entire build. Almost fully optimized as it should be. If you build this one, you can actually do a lot of stuff. Alright, so what are we going to look at? We're going to look at the gear, we're going to look at the rings, the gems, the crafted gear, the cube, spells, and the passive skills. Okay, let's go. So we got the Ina set completely. That does your water ally 900% additional damage for each ally that is out. So for having that, we're gonna have like the Ina's Reach. You want to have this one as a crafted primal. For sure, you want to have the crafted primal, and you do that with your primordial ashes that you get from primals, and you just dismantle the bad ones that you have, and you can make your primal. Okay. Ina's Diabo for that, you got a lightning damage, 10% damage, your dexterity, reduced cooldown, and your mystic ally damage by 120%. This is a very viable Diabo. Then we got the helmet. I got lucky, this one was a primal drop. Dexterity, vitality, and then critical hit chance increased by 6% for your helmet. For your chest piece, you want dexterity, vitality, and increased mystic ally damage by 15%. Why 15%? Because it's going to add more damage towards your mystic allies, and you want to max that at 150. Ina's Favor, that's the belt. You want to have dexterity, vitality, or resist, and 15% life. It's going to give you more survivability, and that's sometimes what you need. For Ina's Temperance, the pants, you want to have dexterity, vitality. If you can get all resist on them, but armor is also good. For the boots, you go for the Cruder's boots. Why the Cruder's boots? Because of the legendary power that they have. So you go for dexterity, vitality, all resist, and armor. But your legendary power, you want to be as close to 100%. I will not go under 195 because it's still liable, but you will see the big difference there. So what you want is that you want to have at least 195 to 200% to do the most effective damage. For focusing your strain, right? Normally you go for attack speed. I've been re-rolling this stuff for so long now, and I still have a problem with actual getting the perfect ones. But this one is pretty close to decent. So you will not go under 45% damage for the critical hit. You will not go under critical hit chance for 5. I think the maximum that you can get is 6. So 6, I'm pretty good there with my 5%. So attack speed, crit, and a socket, of course. For the focus, you want to have the same thing, either damage or attack speed. I've been re-rolling this stuff again as often as I can and as many as I can. I don't get it at the moment. I will go on the season, when the season actual starts, I will make sure that I will get the double bounty caches, and I will go for running bounty so I can re-roll my stuff so that what I need. Okay. So for your focus, you want to have attack speed, crit, or damage, crit. For your Squirt's necklace, you actually want to have your elemental skill on there. But that's once again been rolling this stuff like crazy, and I don't get it. So I went for dex, crit. There's nothing wrong with that. And you want to make sure that you got a socket on it. That socket on the Squirt's necklace is important. Okay, so for your Frostburn, these ones are actually godly. The only thing that could be different was the dexterity, but I don't mind the dexterity on there. So you got the dexterity, you got the attack speed, critical hit, critical chance. Nothing more to say. So For your shoulders, you go for the Aughilds set. Why the Aughilds set? Because it does your reduce damage taken and increase damage. And you want that. No other way that you don't want that. You want that. So, what do you want? You want Dexterity, Vitality, or Resist, and increase Mystic Ally 15%. Because of the 15% here, on the shoulders, the 15% on your chest, and the 120% on your die bow, gives you the maxed out 150% that you want and need. Okay, so for the braces, you once again go for the Aughil one. You want to have your cold skill as high as possible. Highest that you actually go, lowest that I will go actually is 18% to 18% should be the lowest that you will go for. But the moment you get your cold on there, add it towards your character, and then go for the critical hit chance. 6%. It needs to be 6%. Okay. So for the gems, you go for Enforcer. Increase the damage of your pet by X amount of percentage. Your pets take 90% less damage, which actually makes them not killable. Then you go for Bane of the Trap. Increase damage against enemies under the effect of controlling impairing effects by X amount of percentage. Gain an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies within 15 yards by 30%. Bane of the Powerful. Gain 20% increased damage for X amount of seconds after killing an elite pack. Gain 50% increased damage versus elites. And take 15% reduced damage taken from elites. Now, we're gonna go over the cube. Engion. Why Engion? If you kill an elite pack, blues or yellows, if you kill a yellow, make sure that you kill his elites as well to proc your Engion. Your skill cooldowns are reduced by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. That's actually good. So you can actually fly through the rift without a problem. Binding of the Lesser Gods. Enemies hit by your Cyclone Strike take 200% increased damage from your Mystic Ally for 5 seconds. Split Fire allies gain 3 times this bonus. Ring of Royal Grandeur reduces the number of items needed for set bonuses by 1 to a minimum of 2. So, what does that mean? The Aughilds, you wear 2 pieces of that, you will gain the 3 set. For the Enast, you wear 5 pieces and you get the 6 set. Now we go for the skills. Way of the 100 Fists, Assimilation. Generate 12 spirit per attack. Strike groups of enemies within a series of devastating punches. Each enemy hit with the third hit. Each enemy hit with the third hit increases your damage. So basically that's hit, and then the third hit will boost your damage. Cyclone Strike Implosion costs 50 spirits. Mystical Force pulls enemies towards you and blasts them. So basically is you cast your Cyclone Strike, your monk does a pirouette, you keep spamming your assimilation, and then you push your Mystic Ally, and that's where the explosion is gonna happen. Mystic Ally, Water Ally. Cooldown 30 seconds. Active your Mystic Ally. Performs multiple freezing waves attacks in quick succession. Passive. A Mystic Ally fights by your side that infuses your attacks to slow enemies. Dashing Strike, Blinding Speed. Cost 1 charge. Quickly dash and strikes enemies, gain increased chance to dodge after using Dashing Strike. You gain a charge every 8 seconds and can have up 2 charges stored at a time. Epiphany, Desert Shroud. Why Desert Shroud? It's very easy, it will give you more survivability. And I'm gonna explain you how. Have an Epiphany, increasing your spirit regeneration per second and enabling your melee attacks to instantly dash to your target to 15 seconds. Infuse yourself with Sense, reducing damage taken. Serenity Ascension, cooldown 16 seconds, become immune to all attacks and control effects for 4 seconds. This ability does not start its cooldown until after its effect. So if I press my F key, you will see that the skill is going. And then the moment it goes off, it will actually start the cooldown. And that lasts 16 seconds. So, for your passive skills. Relentless Assault, you deal 20% more damage to enemies that are blinded, frozen, or stunned. Remember, with your Mystic Ally, they send out freezing waves. So you do 20% more damage. Seize the Initiative. Dealing damage to enemies above 75% life increases your attack speed by 30% for 4 seconds. So as long as an RG is above 75%, your attack speed is actually increased by 30%. Unity. Each ally affected by a Mantras increases your damage by 5% up to a maximum of 20% and has 5% increased damage. Beacon of Ether. Reduce all cooldowns by 20%. Alright, let's go over the follower. Player's Crown, Gold Skin, Sage Ribbon, Kane's Habit, Kane's Passage, Homing Pads, Flavor of Time, Nems, Ton of Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker, Ring of Royal Granger, and the Aughilds Ring. For your passives that you want to use on your Enchantress is reduce your skill cooldown, reduce damage from range attack, increase armor, and slows melee attackers for you and the Enchantress. And Face Slap, that's your cheat death. So guys, that is how you're gonna play the Speed Water Monk. More buzz and videos will follow. Have a good one. See you later. Bye bye.